So good they named him twice, something that Man United fans or Aston Villa fans never sung about their Cameroon international. Brought in by Sir Alex Ferguson to fill in for the departed Roy Keane, the Djemba was lost on the pitch and barely managed to keep up the pace of the top flight. After 20 games in 2 seasons, United made a loss of $2 million when they sold him to Aston Villa for $1.5 million. But the move did little to help the midfielder's reputation in England. He was so poor that the likes of Gavin McCain easily kept him out the side, and he soon vanished from the Premier League altogether. South Korean footballers have had mixed fortunes in the English top flight. One end of the spectrum you have Ji-sung Park, while on the other is Lee Dong-gook. The former Middlesbrough striker's name alone suggests his lack of ability on the pitch, yet he made sure that his appearances confirmed the assumption. The South Korean international, who is a national treasure and goal-scoring legend for the senior side, played 23 total games in a year and a half spell with Borough, so at least he was given a fair opportunity in his career for Borough. As expected though, no league goals came as a result and was soon back to the Far East where he belongs. It's harsh to judge a player on a single game, but Per Kadrot, who featured just 90 minutes for Everton, has to go down as one of the worst players to play in the top flight. The Danish defender who cost the Toffees $5 million spent the first 6 months of his English career on the sidelines through injury. His much anticipated debut came against Aston Villa, and the former Danish international slotted into centre-back. However, it was a day to forget for Kadrot, with Everton losing 4-0 and the defender having a nightmare of a game. He was soon sold after. The former Spanish under-21 international swapped Deportivo La Corona for the Magpies in September 2008, which cost the Tyneside club $7 million. Xisco was a total disaster, eventually becoming 7th choice striker at the club. Newcastle unsuccessfully tried to sell the player during his first season, but FIFA would not allow Xisco to play for 3 different clubs in the same year. He made 9 Premier League appearances in 5 years at the club, many of which were spent on loan back in Spain, while he was also given an in-house suspension for an off-the-ball incident while playing for the reserves. The mainstay of Derby County's defence showed the worst ever team performance in the history of the Premier League. It is no wonder that Dean Leacock finds a way onto this list. The central defender featured for both Fulham and Derby in the top flight, but it was his time with the Rams that really set him apart. Leacock, who sported a headband during most games, was inept at keeping clean sheets and was prone to serious blunders. Jonathan Belmondo could have been part of the original Belgian Revolution in the Premier League, but unfortunately for Tottenham Hotspur, Belmondo was not very good. Signed as an 18-year-old with huge potential, the central midfielder played in just 2 games for Spurs, but that was not enough for the London club to cut their losses in 2004. His signing for Spurs and Belmondo a senior cap for Belgian national team, but that remains the high point of his career, as he never settled in England, was like a little boy playing amongst men during his 2 irrelevant performances. Sometimes Arsene Wenger gets it really wrong when spotting talent, and this is seen most clearly with Omori Bischoff. Arsene Wenger himself admitted that Bischoff's arrival was a gamble on talent due to his injury record, yet during his 1 season at the Emirates, Bischoff showed that he had no talent whatsoever. The Portuguese midfielder was already considered a flop from his displays in the League Cup, but was given one more chance to prove his critics wrong in the league. Unsurprisingly, the former Werder Bremen youngster made 1 single Premier League appearance, during which he was absent throughout. During their wilderness years, Manchester City was prone to signing a host of terrible footballers, none more so than French midfielder Christian Nicouai. The fact that he moved positions a number of times during his time with the Citizens just showed how unfamiliar the Martinique-born player was with the aspects of the game. Arriving to England for 1.5 million in 2001, Nguy proved to be reliable every time he donned the light blue shirt, which included own goals and red cards galore. It is no wonder that he limited just 6 first-team appearances in the league. Not to be confused with Manchester City flop Bernardo Corrati, who could have also made on this list. Rabi became Blackburn Rovers' record signing in 2001 when he signed for 6.75 million from Italian club Ternana. The moody striker could not adapt to England and was singled out and adored by the rest of the team both on and off the pitch. However, he hardly helped his reputation by scoring just 2 goals in 30 games for Blackburn over a 3-year spell. His slump in form dragged on for the rest of his career and he became a forgotten man back in his native Italy. Sheffield United fans will be scratching their heads to try and remember this player who featured for the Blades during the 2006-07 season. The versatile Egyptian signed in January of that season as the Blades attempted to get out the relegation dogfight. Sassi's addition to the squad made absolutely no difference, and his 3 appearances in the top flight, he was so poor that he probably made things worse. Despite signing a 3-year contract, Sassi was back in Egypt by the summer.